So a couple days ago, that boy Bronny made his G League debut for the South Bay Lakers. And in the 30th minutes of playing time he dropped 6 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds on 2 for 10 shooting from the field and 0 for 5 shooting from 3. I mean, a performance that just showed exactly why they've assigned him there in the first place. Obviously there's a need for development. And while I know a lot of people may hear about his lack of production or see the mediocre numbers and just further dismiss Bronny as an afterthought, which honestly we can't even really blame people for. It's only been one game, but you would hope Bronny would at least cook up in what is essentially the NBA's minor league. But regardless, man, if we pump the brakes on all the noise and just look past the cloud of immediate negative reactions to Bronny's play in the G League, I feel like people can finally see the whole point. Something that was a major topic of discussion over the summer and pretty much ever since Bronny was drafted, which is the fact that people felt like Don't Connect and other Lakers rookies' minutes would be compromised as the Lakers try to prioritize keeping Bron happy and giving the media what they want, which is simply Bronny NBA minutes. And while this concept may sound crazy to some people, bro, let's please not forget what Rich Paul said before Bronny was drafted, because he had a huge reason to do with all this. I remember right before the NBA draft, reports were leaking that Rich Paul would not allow Bronny to sign any two-way contracts. A contract where players spend some time with the affiliate NBA team and get paid a G League salary for games played in the G League and an NBA salary for games played with the real team. Now, obviously, as we're seeing right now with Bronny, you can get assigned to the G League even if you're not on a two-way contract. But Rich Paul's comments made it appear as if Bronny and crew would be opposed to the idea under any circumstance of Bronny hooping in the G League, which was controversial for obvious reasons, if he weren't for him being LeBron's son, blah, blah, blah. But now that he's spending some time in the G League in today's video, I'll explain what this really means for the Lakers and really how they might have saved Bronny's career. So yeah, y'all go ahead and let me know in the comments, bro. What was y'all reaction of Bronny going to the G League? Do you think he'll come out much better? Why not? And yeah, bro, really quick before I go any further, what's up YouTube? Plug Speaks. Back with another video, man. If you're new, first of all, welcome. Go ahead and sub. Also like the video if you enjoy. I upload quality basketball content and we're on the grind for 5K, so I most definitely appreciate it, man. But back to the video. So getting straight to it, right, man, Bronny's G League debut numbers were none special. That's something I'm sure everybody can agree on. However, there is something with his performance that I do believe it's important we don't overlook. And that's the 10 shot attempts, the 5 3-point attempts, or even the 4 assists to go with 5 turnovers. And I promise I'm not being sarcastic. You see, y'all, I'm not even too pressed over the amount of bricks here or even him being inefficient in his production. What stands out to me here is the volume of shots he was even able to put up and how involved he was on offense to even land 4 assists and turn the ball over 5 times. Listen, man, at the end of the day, regardless of how good players are when they first enter the league, I know there was a lot of discussion around the fact that, man, Bronny should have spent more time at USC. At least he would be entering the NBA a little bit more ready. But in all reality, bro, no matter how good he was when he entered the league, I don't care if he averaged 15 at USC. The common denominator in how folks improve is always going to be reps. And this G League experience is already allowing him to get the crucial reps he needs to become some in the NBA. I'm telling y'all, go watch his full play in the South Bay Lakers debut. You'll see a completely different player than the Bronny that be showing up in the real Lakers games. You know what I'm saying? He be pulling up for threes, strong drives, playmaking attempts to weave the ball through the defense, and just much more attempts at being involved, playing free. Bro, these are all things I highly doubt he would even come close to doing in a real NBA game as of yet, because he's just not that comfortable yet. I remember the first game of the season, I was watching the game in the living room with my boy. And in just the 3 minutes he received, we knew he wasn't going to be in for long because they put him in the game early. It was just the second quarter. And this is the first game of the season. JJ Redick, yeah, the LeBron, Bronny story's all cool and all, but this is the debut of head coaching. He trying to look good. So we knew Bronny wouldn't be in the game for long. I'm pretty sure his teammates knew this as well. And as a result, they were getting the Bronny a lot of opportunities to try and do some and he just looked way too timid. But of course, it's really no surprise. I mean, listen, regardless of how you feel about Bronny, one thing we should all be able to agree on is that the amount of pressure on this kid is dummy. I mean, really. And I know LeBron be buttering him up a lot, and so we can't really take his word too many times. But on the quote, for the quote I'm about to throw on the screen right now, LeBron made a good point. And he said this after Bronny's first points in the NBA, which came against the Cavaliers. And the man said, 20K fans screaming my name to get in the game and wanted me to be there. If the roles were reversed, I don't know if I would have been able to handle it. Come on now. I mean, if anyone can speak to this, it's Bron. He came into the NBA as the chosen one. So anyway, I bring all of this up to basically say, in the actual NBA, Bronny cannot play freely right now. But in his first interview after his G League debut, he spoke with the media, had some interviews, and he kept it simple. You know, he said that he was just able to play his game. You know, being a rookie for the most part, these players are going to perform their best when the stakes are low. It's the same reason we saw the man drop 17 points in the Lakers' final preseason game in which they got blown out by the Warriors. I mean, the team literally lost by basically 50 points. I'm talking about they got curb stomped. But it wasn't until this game that we finally saw Bronny do a little something. You know, offensively, he tends to cater to his mid-range pull-up. It's probably one of the more confident shots in his Duffy. And it's good that he at the very least recognizes some go-to moves for himself. Because for a player like Bronny, it's super easy to become invisible out there. You know, a complete non-factor. I know y'all be seeing the memes of players that play NBA games and they're really just doing cardio. You know, they be saying that about the Giannis, and he might as well be Casper. Nah, but in all seriousness, bro, I believe this G League experience will probably serve Bronny well. I don't think it's hopeless. You know, he really could come out the G League and become a contributor on the Lakers at some point. But man, y'all be honest. Let me know y'all thoughts below. Do you believe, do you think it's hopeless, or do you think Bronny could really become some in the league, man? Why not? I know the general consensus is that once LeBron retires, Bronny's ticket to the NBA is as good as gone, but that fate may be avoidable with this G League stint. I don't know, but yeah, man, we shall see. But with that being said, that's about it for this video. And yeah, bro, I appreciate y'all watching. Like the sub, share, sub if new, all of that. See y'all boys in the next one, and I'm out.